Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, we're gonna play the Izzet Vivi combo. So the idea of the Vivi combo are these three cards. Vivi, Ornithir, Geralf, Fleshwright, the Fleshwright, and the Agatha Soul Cauldron. So we broke Soul Cauldron. That's kind of the idea. We're gonna stick Vivi underneath the Agatha Soul Cauldron. That way, we can use the Vivi ability to add X mana, where X mana of blue or red for our creature's power. So if we put it on Agatha Soul Cauldron, whenever we cast a second spell or any other spell outside of the first spell, any of our turn, we get a 2/2 zombie, and then every other zombie gets a +1/+1 counter for each other zombie that came into play. So all of them have +1/+1 counters after the first one. All those +1/+1 counters allow us to use the Vivi underneath the Soul Cauldron ability to add extra mana. And for that extra mana, we can play all of our card draw spells and then go off all in one turn with Bitter Reunion. That's the idea of the deck, but of course this is not EDH, so to get this combo to pull this combo off, obviously we have to handle the onslaught of super aggro decks that win on turn 3. So to do that, we have to be a super aggro deck that also win on turn 3. Izzet does pretty well with Cori-Steel Cutter. So this is just a modified Cori-Steel Cutter deck. So let's talk about the whole deck list, shall we? So early game, we're going to have 4 Stormchaser's talent. That's obviously what we want to play on turn 1. We also have 4 Opt, 4 Sleight of Hand, and 3 Torch the Tower. But don't let that fool you. These are obviously Torch is not going to play on turn 1, but none of the other cards are playing on turn 1. Don't play these cards. And if you're going to learn how to play this deck, one thing you got to remember, don't Sleight of Hand on turn 1, alright? That's kind of the worst play you can do, because you need to keep this in your hand for a, turn 3, 2 spell turn. Then that's how we get the Cori-Steel Cutter to combo off, right? You need to have 2 spells on turn 2, or actually no, turn 3, for the Cori-Steel Cutter to immediately get us a monk. Remember, whenever you play the Cori-Steel Cutter, you have to give value from it, otherwise it's a bad equipment. 2 mana equipment does nothing, but 2 mana plus an extra spell that then give you a monk means that your opponent has to 2 for 1 themselves. Right, so that is the idea of what we want to do turn 2. Turn 2, we want to either play Cori-Steel Cutter just to have something tempoed on board. Most likely you don't want to do that. Another thing you can do is plot a Highway Robbery. That way, you can Cori-Steel Cutter into a Highway Robbery. This deck does not run Slick Shots. We run Highway Robberies because it also combos very well with Vivi or Ornithir. So that's kind of the idea. If you play a Cori-Steel Cutter on turn 2 because your opponent is playing blue or black mana and you see them not likely removing the Cori-Steel Cutter, what we can do on turn 3 is actually play Vivi and then, play Vivi into any other, turn 4, we can play Vivi into any other 1-drop to get an extra mana to then play other 1-drops. Vivi can kind of chain off from there, but it's a little bit of a tricky play. Right? Another turn 2 play we want to do is Agatha Soul Cauldron, because having Agatha Soul Cauldron not only give us the combo abilities, it can potentially answer a lot of our opponent's combos. Graveyard decks, you got your Reanimators, you got your Omniscience decks, that this card also just happened to stop all of them. Turn 2, we also have Bitter Reunion, which is not a bad card. If you have a Vivi in your hand, don't worry about pitching it to Bitter Reunion because we want it underneath an Agatha Soul Cauldron anyways. So these are our turn 2 plays. Turn 3, we have Vivi and we have Geralf. My idea is that Vivi, we want to play on turn 3 no matter what. We want them to remove. We want to trick them into thinking that we want our Vivi in play. They remove it, they waste their turn answering Vivi, we can put it under a Soul Cauldron. If they don't remove Vivi, well, we can just kind of combo off from there, and that's not what they want. So Vivi is definitely not sticking around. Geralf, on the other hand, don't just play him out. That would be wrong, right? Geralf does nothing in a graveyard. So we want to play Geralf in a turn that we're comboing off, or in a turn that we're actually summoning a bunch of zombies to overwhelm our opponent. So Geralf is not really a turn 3 play, unless you have a plotted Highway Robbery. In those kind of scenario, maybe you could Geralf into Highway Robbery, get a single zombie, and at the very least, right, you have board presence. Another turn 3 play, well, we got Stock Up. Stock Up is a very good card draw ability, but we don't really want 4 off in the deck because another better card in this deck is Winter Night Stories. Winter Night Stories not only draws 3, discard 2 unless you discard a creature, but also has Harmonize, which means that we can play it from the graveyard for a flashback cost, and that's very good because Vivi plus Geralf is going to give us a lot of creatures, but not any card draw. So if we have Wintertide Store in the graveyard, we can chain that for card draw because we're going to get a lot of mana, right? All the mana we need for, you know, cast a chain of spells. The chain of spells that we're going to be able to cast for opt for Sleight of Hand. That's the idea of this whole deck. And then once we have all those zombies, Bitter Reunion will give them haste, and then we just win from there. That's the idea. The land base wise, we're only going to run 20 lands. We're never going to get mana screwed because obviously we're playing modern day standard. It sounds weird, but the standard these days is just 20 lands every deck. If you have more than 20 lands, you're probably playing a deck that's very fringe. Every deck is super aggressive, just like this deck, and we only need this kind of land. So we have 4 island, 2 mountain, because we have 4 verge, so more island than mountain. We have 4 Shivan Reef, 4 Spirebluff Canal, and just 2 starting town. Starting town's very good, but of course it does nothing at turn 4 or beyond. It's just a tap land, so we don't want that later on, and that is the idea of this deck. So we have 6 fast lands in the deck. Vivi combo, I want to pull off Infinite, but I'm getting the feeling that Cori-Steel will still steal the game, but let's see whether or not Vivi is all it's cracked up to be. Let's go game the games. Alright, our opponent is the Dissonance. Again, we're gonna go first, but not a good hand. So we will see what we can do with this hand, I guess. I'm still on the idea that playing Sleight of Hand turn 1 is small. Now there might be a reason not to kill that, but the reason why I did kill it is because I want to... What was I gonna say? I want to be able to play, plot the robbery. I think the Cori-Steel Cutter here. And a little Sleight of Hand. Okay. Maybe we'll draw a Vivi at some point. Deep Cavern back. I got nothing for you to take. Stormchaser's Talent. And then an Opt. Do I want another Opt? How good is another Opt? Next turn I want a Bitter Reunion, probably Robbery. Or maybe a Robbery and then a Reunion. Probably not another Opt. It's like the same thing as an Opt, I guess. Take 5. Ah, Cori-Steel Cutter is still doing this thing. It's just, it's such a broken card. Again, like I said, I don't really have much. You can keep trying to bat if you want. It's got a shelter. Take out the Cori-Steel. Now that's a problem. Do I sack the mountain? Don't want to discard a card. I'm thinking my Soul Cauldron. There's no creature in the graveyard for Soul Cauldron. Bitter Reunion, tossing the other Bitter Reunion. AK 12. We go down to 3. Give no creature to reanimate. Room lurker back. Ah. Okay. This Cori-Steel can push her. Heart is broken. Alright, our opponent is Squatting Turtle. What are we playing? We're playing opponent goes first. Probably gonna get the rest. No, Lush Portico. Interesting. Interesting turn of events. Didn't want that land, huh? Or didn't want the Overlord. I guess he has an Overlord probably. Even when I play an aggro deck, I can't go first. That's the game for you. Cutter. Start cutting you. I'm gonna kill my 2/2. Go for the throw or cut down or something. Really? Oh wow, okay. Reanimation's gonna come quick. How does this do? What does this do? Search for a land. Next time you cast a spell and search from front. So, I guess... don't think I want a Cori-Steel because they have Bitter Triumph. I think they're gonna reanimate. The Soul Cauldron. Take a Stormchaser down. He has Bitter Triumph, so definitely have to reanimate spell, right? No? It's gonna be a close release. He's gonna ramp real quick. It's the scariest one. Probably the Overlord. Well, probably the White Overlord. I don't think I need to play it. Yeah, I'm not drawing a card, right? So... go with a Cori. And we will go with... actually, you know what? I'll play this land anyway. Everybody get in there. I'll take it. A back card. For our next turn. Already down to 7. What does it do? Draw a card if you control a creature with the greatest power or tie for the greatest power. Okay. Draws 1 card. I thought it was going to draw a card equal to the power. I got scared for a second. Surveil. Fenrir. That's interesting for sure. I don't know what deck this is. Oh, Yuna. Okay. Your turn, right? No blocks. I'll take the 4. Lifelink. Return an enchantment. How about you don't return that enchantment? How about I get that enchantment? Ah! Soul Cauldron locks out graveyard decks. Alright, our opponent is Zanzi79. gold. We go first. Islands, red spells. Islands, still red spells. Do we put back the Bitter Reunion? Do we put back the Geralf? I'm not mulling down to 5, but yeah, we're probably gonna lose this game. Yeah, that's right. Probably. Not go anywhere near the end of this game. Talk Club is a safe. Vivi. We'll get a Verge. I'm not sure if that's even gonna do anything. Seize the spoil. Okay. Do we have time? I think it's reanimating next turn. So our best chance is to try to hit as deep as possible. Thank you, Lord, for the heal we're about to do. Zombify? Rakdos joins up. Yeah, no, it's not. I'll join. Let me do the joining. This is it Cori-Steel? And it's Sleight. Yes. I'll take a Verge. Fable Castle. I think we might be able to kill him next turn. Invasion. Maybe invade. This is a bot. Am I playing against a bot? I feel like he sees the Soul Cauldron but just chooses to ignore it. Sees the spoil, tosses the Zombify. I honestly don't know what's happening. I'll just take that. Please and thank you. Oh, and a Vivi? They don't say. One spell. Attack a land. That's 5 lands, those are down. Right torch. Just for shits and giggles. I could just torch for shits and giggles. Kinda iffy, right? I don't want to torch the Vivi. I want to torch the... I don't think that matters. I gave you 1 extra mana. Those are just stock up. Sleight and off. Alright, our opponent's Caleb. I don't know. I thought they had some removal with the treasures. They did not. Alright, our opponent is Spaceman 952. The Spaceman initial D song. Sounds familiar. Alright, well, let's see what happens. I am going first, but I don't have a Talon turn 1, unfortunately. So, then I have to play a slow. Lush Cortical. They also have green in there. That's kind of annoying, right? I wish I had this map. We'll plot a robbery. The robbery has been plotted. They're gonna go up a beat. Alright, we're never gonna beat them in card advantage. A Soul Cauldron, it doesn't really do anything right now, but put it out. I have to try to combo win quickly enough, which is not easy. He's got Lush Portico, so his Leyline costs 4, right? He's got second, oh my god, 2 Beanstalk, turn 2 and turn 3 double Beanstalk, huh? Even the cops are after him. Because Riverpyre is like, there is a Vivi. That is potential. But I feel like the ley line would just get Vivi, right? That is real scary. Nothing I can do. Just sack a land. No, discard force. Oh. Really? You're gonna do me like this? They are gonna do me like this. Mountain, man. Mountain. The one mountain in attack. I'm pretty sure every other land has blue. I mean, I could just draw a bit of Spirebluff Canal and try too. That is very likely. Orniteer. 4 mana. 4 mana, nothing. I do like Geralf. But I don't have the combo. Still, I think I take the Geralf. Play the Geralf. Okay, I don't need another Cauldron. I also don't need another land, but here we are. What do you have? Right and on the Vivi. Oh man, that's sad. Vivi's leading us. Getting exiled. All of our extra mana too. Should have gone in for the Stormchaser's talent. Take a opt back. Or I can take a robbery back. Onward. Or I can take a Scorch back. You gotta discard. If you discard a creature, I'm gonna get it. What? Do I get the backside? Not only during enchantment. Do I get the backside? I am so curious of whether or not I get the backside here. Oh boy. No, it's not good. I can also take a torch. But an op is better, I feel like, right? I took a torch anyway. He has to block. He doesn't block. Show him what happened if he doesn't block. Take care of the creature, buddy. That's 7. GG. Should have blocked. If he blocked, I killed the Overlord. Alright, our opponent is Clay Crow. Clay Crow. I guess we're doing this again. Like the 5th or 6th time in a row where there's the root stack. So probably all around. You're gonna try to root me? Not yet. 2-4. Being stopped. I kinda wanna rob it. Oh, it's this deck. This deck is a little bit easier to handle than the root stack if I can get my Cauldron. Pretty big if though. To be fair. Right? You gotta hit it. What do we do? Vivi might just come in and die. I don't want to do that. So definitely Cori-Steel Cutter first. Next, do we get a talent out? I don't think Sleight of Hand does much. He's got 2 creatures in the graveyard. So this costs 5. We could definitely do more. Doesn't put any more, which is good for me. But he does have 3 mana open now, so that's a bit of an issue. I already put 1 Vivi, right? Do I want to give up another Vivi? You know what? Overwhelming Remorse. Another Cutter. Won't be able to play the second one. Against this deck, I kind of do just need to push. Another Rubber Belt. Actually, that's good for me. Surveil 2 is bad for me. At least he only hit 1 creature, so he's got 3 graveyards. He could play this. The Marauders probably the worst thing to happen to me. Because, okay, I get to discard any card, right? If I discard 4, greater he draws a card. 3, I can't cast it. Everybody get in there. Down to 2. I got a board for the creatures. Maybe it's deadly cover-up time. Not gonna do it with the Cori-Steel Cutters, but you never know. Yeah, I couldn't Soul Cauldron, but definitely could Cori-Steel Cutter. What did he do? Prevent all combat damage will be dealt to it. It's got a diamond weapon. I can play this first. Gonna make that cost more. Overwhelming remorse. What am I doing? No offender. He could potentially survive. With the choice. Obviously not doing. Not if I'm doing it. Torchy torch. Do I want to torchy torch something? Alright, our opponent is Snorlax SC. What does SC stand for? I don't want to say it. Alright, we'll go first. 3 red mana, but I wasn't gonna Sleight of Hand turn 1 anyways. Maybe you should have played a mountain. Cori-Steel Cutter. Now you cannot duress the cutter. And the game is on. 2 lands nothing. Okay, 1 land nothing is one thing. 2 lands nothing. Now I'm curious. Now you can duress the Soul Cauldron either. And motorcycle outside one trade. And then we slight. Yes. Cut down. How did I know that was gonna happen? Talent or stories? I think the stories. Talent's a good card, but stories, card draw. And at this point, I just need card draw. Slasher. I gotta discard 2 cards. Discard a second Cauldron, probably. And now that's a problem, right? Because if I use this torch, I have to sack something. I have nothing to sack here, so I don't want to sack it. Maybe it's fair, no. I'm gonna put into the graveyard. My Soul Cauldron. Oh, it's gonna duress me. You jerk. Good luck. Oh, the rest of the torch. That's interesting. Nowhere to run. Oh, my Cori-Steel Cutter? It's gonna attack. Do I take half my health? Do I take half my health here? Yo. That's pretty bad, huh? Off as well. Flip. Go on this. I didn't want it. Give it to me anyways. I could Winter Night's Story, but then I cannot opt. do I opt this turn? Keep the verge. Unholy anarchy. I guess we're letting the commencement continue, right? Was pretty devastating for me, honestly. Not gonna lie. Slightly. Geralf. Geralf's gonna make me some zombies. I say that's pretty impactful. Anoint my Geralf. Oh, we got another one here. Go for the throw. He's going removal happy. Again, he has no creature in the graveyard for the 8. Second Cori-Steel is insane. Alright, do I want second Cori-Steel or do I want Geralf? Geralf into a hot. I suppose. Oh, finally. We got a torch. That was kind of nerve-wracking for a while. Cut down on the Geralf. Don't have creatures in the graveyard to protect that. Bloodletter of Agatha. We're gonna take 4 at the end of the time. It's gonna be painful, huh? Bargain to kill. Any way for me to kill the bloodletter here. So again, math is for blockers. Sleight of Hand. Does that do anything? It blocks one of these, so it takes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. cut me off a piece of that. Stupid black deck. GG. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you saw all those or the tier games, how does this deck feel? Was I right or was I right? Right? Vivi is a very strong card. It looks really cool. The ability sounds amazing. Comboing with Geralf looks like an infinite combo almost that just comes out of nowhere and blows our opponent out of the water. All that blah blah blah. I said it before in the intro. I'll say it again. I said it in a lot of the previous videos. These Final Fantasy cards, they look amazing. They look very fun to play. They're just not very good compared to the red cards that they've already designed. So we're just gonna aggro people out and win that way. Cori-Steel Cutter stole every game. This card's insane. This card is just. I mean, I think the end of the month is the ban announcement. 100% this card's getting banned, right? This is so good of a card. We just steal the show every game. But Agatha Soul Cauldron did put up a good fight against a lot of our opponent's combos. So if they are Omniscience combo or any Graveyard combo, Soul Cauldron, this does lock them down and allow us, our Cori-Steel Cutter, to actually win us the game. And we do have that inevitability of the Vivi and Geralf combo so that we don't have to rely on Cori-Steel Cutter. If we don't get a double spell or if our opponent removes our Cori-Steel Cutter, it's not even in a world like it would be in another type of deck if there's a lot of temporary lockdowns going around, right? Cori-Steel Cutter gets locked down pretty easily. Soul Cauldron gets locked down pretty easily, but if we just have Vivi or just have Geralf and chain a bunch of spells, we still get very far with this deck. So it's still a strong deck. I'm not sure if this is better than the original Izzet Prowess deck, and that there's a lot of experimentation that needs to be done. For one, we see there's Torch in this deck instead of Burst Lightning, just so that we can deal 3 damage to a creature. That might be important. We saw it being important in killing Slasher, right? So there's a lot of things that still needs to be fine-tuned. I'm not sure 4 Vivi or 4 Geralf are necessary. Maybe we go down a little bit to 3 or 2 for either one of those. Maybe it's about 4 Stalkups. Maybe it's about 4 Winter Night Stories. Again, it's not fine-tuned yet, but this is a version of the deck I think everyone needs to look out for. If Cori-Steel Cutter's not getting banned, this might be the next best deck going around. So that's really all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.